Hey, what's up, everybody? Once again, my name is DJ, doing what I do, sitting out here on a Monday, chilling. And of course, it's not Monday, but that's my catchphrase, and I'm sticking to it. I know I haven't made a video in a while, guys. I can't really give no excuses. I won't even get into that, but I wanted to do this quick video for you guys. I was sitting here watching some videos myself, and I came across a good topic that I wanted to, go over with you guys. And the topic is where self-defense instructors go wrong. Where self-defense instructors go wrong. So I want to get into it. I'm not going to make it too long, sitting out here waiting for my food. So let's get into it, all right? So here's 3 ways that self-defense instructors go wrong. Okay, it's always 3, sometimes more, but today I'm gonna try to stick with 3. Okay, so one of the things that ways that self-defense instructors go wrong is they spend a lot of time teaching their students to defend against things or people that they will never have to fight, or situations that they will probably never be in the first place. For example, they spend a lot of time teaching their students on how to escape a triangle choke, or how to get out of or defend against a high round kick, or a high front kick to the face. Things like that. Now look, I have seen a lot of fights, okay, in person. I've seen a lot of situations, and I have never, ever seen anybody get themselves into a triangle in a real fight. I've never seen anybody get round kicked in the face. I've actually kicked somebody in the face with a round kick, but I ain't the actual person. But I've never seen somebody have to deal with these things in a real situation, okay? We have those things in our curriculum, but we have them there really just to stop the students from getting bored. So they have other things to learn, and keep them engaged and interested in their training. But for real, you're not gonna find that in a real situation, because the average person is not a skilled fighter. The average person is not going to be round kicking you in the face and spin kicking you in the head and getting you in triangles and omoplatas. And if you do go against somebody who knows those things, you're going to have to train a lot more than a few weeks in order to defend against it. Okay, it's going to take a lot more than a few sessions in order to deal with that person. Okay, so they spend a lot of time on training to get out of situations that their students probably won't be in the first place. Okay, so the second thing that self-defense instructors go wrong is they think things won't work against the average person, but they actually will. Let me explain what I'm talking about. So I was watching this video of these guys, and they actually got a really good channel. I need to post, I forgot the name of their channel, but they have a really good channel. But they skilled guys, and they were doing a couple of moves, and they were saying that, one of the things they were doing, they were saying that martial artists been doing this for a while, but it's bullshit, it really won't work. But it actually will work. It just won't work against them. So the average person doesn't know these basic or small things, and they can't get out of those things. Let me give you an example. When I go to jiu-jitsu schools, right? I'm not even a mid-level jiu-jitsu player. Okay, I'm a low level jiu-jitsu player, and when I go against mid-level, it could be mid or high-level blue belts or purple belts. The things that they can do to me, the way they manipulate me, and it's like I'm not even there. It's like I'm not even on the floor. As a matter of fact, they don't even have to be a high-level blue belt. Just blue belts alone, the way they can manipulate me, right? It's crazy the things they can get away with. And I'm a fighter, and they do these things to me. So imagine what they do to somebody who has no experience. Now, you put that same blue belt or that same purple belt against a brown belt or a black belt, and they can't do none of the shit. They can't do none of that shit they did to me. None of that shit works, okay? But it worked against me. If it works against me, it'll definitely work against your average Joe Blow, okay? So when they spend a lot of time on saying, well, this won't work or that won't work, what they're really saying is it won't work against them because they know the counter and the counter against that and the counter against that. But that takes me back to my first point. The average person doesn't know those things. The average person doesn't know those things. Sometimes when, instructors get experience, they start forgetting that, the people that they will go against aren't experienced, okay? All right, cool. The third thing that I see that self-instructors go wrong is they stop training themselves, okay? They stop putting work in themselves. And I'm actually a victim of that myself, especially this past year. When I've always, been an advocate of continuing your training and learning more. But then the pandemic happened, and I stopped going out and learning new things myself, And throughout the pandemic, I said, man, I'm gonna hire me, a trainer, personal trainer, jiu-jitsu guy, or, one of the other arts I'm into. But I just never was able to bring myself to do it because I said, man, I gotta stay safe for my students, really trying to keep my business open, because the captain of the ship go down, is bad. So I had to, and it's, this last month or so, I've been trying to really get back into, my training and continuing my training. It ain't been no long time, but this last, year or so, I haven't been continuing my training. And it's very important for instructors to continue their training. It's very important for instructors to continue their training. I got an instructor, as a matter of fact, really good instructor, man, really good instructor. And to be honest, he hasn't trained in quite some time. Matter of fact, I would even say that I can't remember the last time he trained for more than a week. And I'm talking about pre-pandemic. He hasn't trained for more than a week, man, but he's a really good instructor. I tell him all the time, I said, man, you got to get back into your training. He's like, yeah, I'm going to get back into it, but he don't get back into it. And it happens a lot of times when instructors get to a certain level where they are above everybody else they're teaching, and they stop training themselves. So it's important that the instructors, look, if you're not getting better, then you're getting worse, okay? So those are the three things that instructors, how they go wrong. Number one, they forget their audience and they start really focusing on things that their students won't have to do in the first place. Now, I can see if you're teaching the high levels and stuff like that, and Krav Maga, like I said, we have those things in our levels. Really, in the high levels, we start getting into like weapons and stuff like that. But if you're teaching high level students, I can understand that, to a certain extent, but if you're teaching like, lower level students when they first come in, they don't have to learn that advanced stuff because they're not going to get attacked by people who know that advanced stuff. And even if they did, they wouldn't be able to defend against it because they got to spend more time on the mat to be able to defend against those things. And then the second, you start forgetting that things work against average people that won't work against you. So just because it won't work against you, don't mean it won't work against somebody else. Hell, the average person can't even defend against an uppercut. Okay, it's crazy. All right, and then the third, of course, they don't train themselves. All right, so I didn't want to keep y'all too long, man. I'm sitting here waiting for my food. Hadn't made a video in a while, so let me go ahead and post a video, man. And I'm gonna try to post more videos and get back on board. All right, so like, comment, subscribe, and peace. I'm out.